was. I bought them
Patrick are around.
alongside with the battlepass.
This was a series of shorts aired on Nickelodeon. In these shorts, Squidward gives horoscopes for 6 of the 12 zodiac signs. It was originally thought that there were 2 more missing shorts, Libra and Virgo. However, it was later proved that the 6 shorts were all that were made. Battle for Bikini Bottom. Battle for Bikini Bottom is one of the many games made for SpongeBob. This game specifically has a huge cult following and a huge speedrunning community. This game is considered one of the best SpongeBob games and is even remade in 2020. SpongeBob movies. There have been 3 SpongeBob movies released as of this video. The SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Water, and Sponge on the Run. The first movie was created during season 4 and was one of Hillenberg's last SpongeBob projects until the second movie. After that, he stayed on as a producer for the SpongeBob series. The first movie has a lot of strange differences from the series, such as Neptune being a different character, Mindy not being in the show, the second Krusty Krab, but some of this is explained in later parts of the iceberg. My leg. Throughout the series, there are many times where Hurtfish screams, "My leg." This became an ongoing gag, and even resulted in an entire episode about the fish, which is a very good episode, by the way. 7 Deadly Sins. One of the most famous theories in SpongeBob is that the characters represent the 7 deadly sins. SpongeBob is lust, Squidward is wrath, Patrick is sloth, Sandy is pride, Krabs is greed, Plankton is envy.
Where the heck did that other guy go?
Most of these are pretty obvious as to why they're who they are, but SpongeBob being lust is confusing, since most people assume lust means sexual love, but I read that it can be taken as just extreme love for others, which SpongeBob has, and Gary being gluttony is a weird one in my opinion, but it's basically just saying that since he is mostly seen eating, he represents gluttony.
Oh, let's go. Oh yeah, do you hit this?
Gary and Patrick are distant.
It makes noise.
This is a reference to the episode Rule of Dumb, where Patrick is told he is a descendant
So yeah, that's cool.
In the end, the family tree shows that Gary is also a relative of the same royalty.
Okay, I also need to go here, and then I will have discovered everything.
The first movie was Finale. Steven Hillenberg originally wanted the first movie to end of the series. However, Nick requested more seasons. But that doesn't mean that the first movie still isn't the end of the series, technically, which would explain why the second Krusty Krab isn't in the series and how some characters never return. Some DVDs don't have Help Wanted. So there's a period of time where Nick didn't have the rights to the song Living in the Sunlight by Tiny Tim, which was used in the Help Wanted episode. This meant that the episode was left out from early DVD releases. Apparently Nick just didn't want to pay the Tiny Tim estate for the rights, but eventually they gave in and now the episode is out on all DVD releases. Bikini Bottom Mysteries. On the official SpongeBob YouTube channel, there's a series of videos called Bikini Bottom Mysteries. It's sort of an X-Files style parody where they go over strange things in the
Where do I have to go to discover this place? Probably right here or something, I don't know.
Even change colors. Show you SpongeBob parodies. There are
right here.
SpongeBob parodies in pop culture. The one is SpongeBob Hempfield, which was made for a TV show called E Illustrated, which was
Get shotgun,
an
buddy.
animated parody series. There is also the SpongeBob and China parody on YouTube and many Lego parodies.
Oh my god.
International dubs. There are many international dubs of SpongeBob, some just being simple sentences and some being illegal dubs, such as the Persian dub. A lot of these dubs are hard to find, if not lost to Western audiences.
Invention is an act of determination. To go where you could.
Just one Krabby Patty delivery. So I just realized while editing that the Just One Krabby Patty is not the right name, it's just one bite. I somehow made the entire iceberg without realizing that. I combined multiple icebergs, so I just...
Oh, let's go.
Theirs, so
Come
that's
down
why.
here.
But you're gonna deal with me calling it Just One Krabby Patty. Sorry. In the episode, Just One Krabby Patty, there was a deleted scene of Squidward tripping the Krusty Krab security system, which was just a bucket of gas and a match. There is some discourse on why it was removed, but it's assumed Nick was worried it would cause children to play with gasoline and matches. Nicktoons Summer Splash. SpongeBob's Nicktoons Summer Splash was a summer block that ran from 2000 to 2000. Patrick hosting, Squidward co-hosting, and Sandy in the control room. During this block, there'd be custom animated segments with the characters. However, the animation is very strange looking, probably because it was done on a budget. Shanghai alternate endings. On the first airing of the episode Shanghai, it was called the You Wish Special. During this special, fans would call in and vote on who should get the final wish from the Flying Dutchman. SpongeBob won, so from that point on, the episode would air normally with the chosen ending. This led to confusion on if there ever was a contest, or if it would always have been SpongeBob winning. In the You Wish Special, the alternate endings was shown, but people really felt that the contest was probably rigged. Until we found the footage of Patrick and Squidward winning, confirming that the alternate endings were in fact real. SpongeBob 4D. SpongeBob 4D was a movie made for a ride that could be found in many different amusement parks. The ride was set up to move seats and spare out scents, water, air, and other things to immerse the viewer. The movie can be watched on YouTube now. Bob the Sponge and SpongeBoy. Bob the Sponge was a character in Stephen Hillenburg's comic, The Intertidal Zone, which was an educational comic created to teach his students. Bob the Sponge was a sea sponge originally, but Stephen would later take that idea, make him into a kitchen sponge, and rename him SpongeBoy, which would eventually become SpongeBob. SpongeBob Rehydrated. Not to be confused with Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. SpongeBob Rehydrated is a short animation that was played on Nicktoons in 2003. This is a parody of the movie featured Reloaded. It used what's using models in the game Operation Krabby Patty. The short made a trailer for a non-existent movie, and while the video has been found, the original audio
Right on good.
Bikini Bottom National Anthem. In the episode Imitation Crab, SpongeBob and
I honestly don't care for that.
sing the Bikini Bottom National Anthem. It's also shown in the Little Yellow Book that SpongeBob can't help but dance in his underwear when he hears it. Ignoring the continuity error there, the fact that this exists implies that Bikini Bottom isn't just a town, but in fact a nation as a whole. I'd also like to point out that in the episode Good Neighbors, SpongeBob and Patrick mentioned the president, and Squidward thinks he's talking about the president of Bikini Bottom, which brings more credence to the idea that Bikini Bottom is a nation and not just a town. Could there be more cities around what we know as Bikini Bottom that combine to make the nation? Is just a small area we see the entire nation? We'll probably never know. Welsh dub. We talk about SpongeBob dubs. Well, one specific one is the Welsh dub. The reason it has its own spot on the list is because of some confusion around the dub.
Currently, battle stars are take for me about the whole. Oh, for 62.
However, there is no list of the lost episodes. Many people say it is lost, but then in the UK, some people say it's airing currently on most TV channels, so whether or not it's truly lost is kind of undecided.
Okay, all I have are the trials.
This SpongeBob doesn't have a whole video itself. Back around 2011, a DVD was found on Amazon called A Day with SpongeBob. This was labeled as a mockumentary about the actor SpongeBob. A huge search was started to find out more about this movie. They found the creators were a company called Regal Films, which led the searches down a giant rabbit hole with many twists and turns. If you want to know more, you should watch the video by Blame It on Jorge. Bubble blowing is a metaphor for smoking. In multiple episodes, SpongeBob is shown blowing bubbles to reduce stress. In the Little Yellow...
Okay, here's my mom's credit card. It's
like many smokers do when the nerves are getting to them. In Who Bought Cocaine, SpongeBob asks,
You guys mind if I bubble?
like a person asking if they can smoke by those people. Finally, in Grandma Kisses episode, SpongeBob shows blowing bubbles with that. I was a teenage Gary deleted. And I was a teenage Gary after Squidward's objective with a snail class. There's a face event scene, which is fun.
I can't believe Evie has a voice now.
SpongeBob gives a bubble right. This sparks a large theory that the cut scene showing Squidward transforming into a snail like SpongeBob that the censors thought was too graphic. It was said that the scene was shown on the original airing, and many people claim to remember this scene. However, recently the original airing was uploaded to YouTube with no signs of the scene, confirming it to be false. But many people believe it. Even saying that it's some sort of been done with them. Some think of ice cream as a metaphor for fear. This comes from the first SpongeBob movie, in it we see SpongeBob and Patrick act drunk after eating a lot of ice cream. This is obviously what they're implying, but it does make the question, is all ice cream like this, or is it just because we know we're ice cream? Krabby Patties are crab. The secret formula is the biggest question in SpongeBob. What is in the Krabby Patties? Some people believe it's some countries, Krabby Patty was translated into Crab Burger, which brings more creative associations. Red Mist is canon. Red Mist, or better known as Squidward Suicide, is a lost episode of Creepypasta.
Squidward treats himself in bed and breathing it.
It's helped to popularize
My favorite creepypasta has to be Ben Drowned.
in the episode SpongeBob and Random Land is a scene
Because there's actual, like, photo, like, videos, and that just makes it even, like, more creepier.
It's a wonderful sponge by Space Cats. During the production of the third SpongeBob movie with the many
Space Cats, where have I heard that before?
the species of space cats come to our world, SpongeBob the game will end up going to space, but no, I'm not talking.
Space Cats, where have I heard that before? Definitely not from SpongeBob, I mean, definitely not from Metro or anything. You, I need to talk to you. Hi, bye.
But the name, it's a wonderful sponge.
Why are you in my house?
More like a Mrs. Puff's husband is in Shell City. In the episode Krusty Love, Mr. Krabs asks about Mr. Puff. SpongeBob states that she does not like to talk about it, and we then see pufferfish lamp turn on. Seeing that Shell City made similar items, it only makes sense that Mr. Puff was caught and taken there.
No point in running, guy, buddy.
Boy, in an early kind of
Bro, come here.
introduced a character named Floorboard Harry, and at the end of the episode, he would be revealed as one with many lights. He was scrapped for some reason and then replaced with an Inspirato. Squidward torture.
Hello?
And the toenail scene. During the middle season of SpongeBob episodes, is also one of the most infamous of these scenes was the toenail scene in the house.
I hate that scene.
SpongeBob hired for a woman.
What?
Model Sponge. SpongeBob is banished from the Krusty Krab and must find a new
Huh?
In the end, he
Excuse-
drops a model.
Who, what, when, where, and why, and how?
Taken as a metaphor for porn scenes naked when it's all being filmed. SpongeBob Beetle. 4 years ago, an art book called created a series called SpongeBob Beetle. It was animated with a 3D model and a fan voice. In it, SpongeBob and Patrick travel out of Beacon Park to find a new planet. The series ends up being renamed specifically with a few episodes and also switched to animation styles were the lead scene in the episode. By piecing together advanced
Damn.
SpongeBob is SpongeBob and Ron 1 is on by a bunch of different movies. The second movie is more the same as Ron, and the third movie is almost entirely different from the and everything. The movies are obviously not official. In the Smoking Peanut, SpongeBob says he has to get the haircut. Sandy says,
SpongeBob doesn't have hair, or does he? Makes you think what kind of hair he has, doesn't it? Probably, armpit hair. Something like that.
in the game SpongeBob Saves the Day, data miners found a very strange sprite nicknamed Yummer. The sprite was on a sheet named T_Tab Yummer, lending to the name Yummer. For the longest time, the community was extremely confused as to why something this creepy could be found in SpongeBob.
Search ammo boxes? Okay.
Some of the ideas of the game way scarier. Yummer was a messed up Sandy who left her suit, or even that Yummer killed Sandy. In the end, it was confirmed to just be a temp sprite made by the test. Any porn in this story? In the episode Midlife Crustacean, there's a scene where SpongeBob, Patrick, and Mr. Krabs
Oh.
each character young being porn. However, it's hard to understand Mr. Krabs.
Any
It sounds
porn
like he
in
says,
the
"Any
store?"
porn in the store." Any porn in the store? Wait a minute. And the script states that the line is any port in the store, but I just can't hear it. And some people think they were trying specifically to hide the porn joke anyway. I like Square Dot. In 2009,
Oh, that commercial.
SpongeBob Kid Food Toys, a parody of Sir Mix-a-Lot's Baby Got Back, in place. There isn't much to it, just a surprising fun. Forgotten, which is why it's less than the iceberg. Squidward is a talent artist. This is another big one on here. It also has a dedicated video made about it by Sofa Sands, which we linked in the description.
Level 15 already? Holy crap.
Realistic life cycle you study and practice are mimicking what we see. The theory states that the opposite would be true of the characters in SpongeBob, since they themselves are cartoons. So the idea is that realistic art, but cartoony art takes years of practice. And since Squidward has mastered all of these different cartooning mediums, he's actually a very talented artist. It's just the people who don't care for it.
Introducing the Catamount 2 and High Point Collection.
Okay, so I only have 2 out of 10 named locations. I mean, 2 animal boxes out of 10.
Brain damage. This is definitely a theory that gets talked about a lot once you go a bit down the rabbit hole. But I think the best example of it is the episode Patrick's Fans, where we see that when he has a new brain, he is genuinely smart, leading to the conclusion that his own brain has to have some sort of issue. SpongeBob back in the early 2000s.
SpongeBob, Patrick, Sandy, Mr. Krabs. Excuse you.
The issue is that this and many other videos
Go. Go.
Chum is fish. If chum was fish, it would explain why nobody wants it, why it looks so weird, and also would explain why it's called chum, since chum in real life is literally just a bunch of ground up fish.
Sandy, Mr. Krabs.
Triton is movie Neptune. This is an idea I never heard of before working on this iceberg, but it basically is just saying that the reason why movie Neptune is so different than any other show is because it's actually Triton, Neptune's son, all grown up. Patchy is mentally insane.
That makes sense,
Have you
though.
actually thought about Patchy?
Not the Patchy one, the Triton one.
SpongeBob fan club, and an avid fan of the show. However, he is also on the show that he is a fan of. On top of that, it's been shown that SpongeBob exists in his world since he has been lettuce to, but it is also implied that Patchy is wrong about that in other episodes. It just doesn't make sense. Unless Patchy was insane. What if Patchy is making up everything around the show? He isn't in a fan club, he doesn't have that show, he never talks to SpongeBob, threw any parties to it. He's just an insane man who gets too caught up in the show. SpongeBob wants to Super Sponge. Super Sponge is a SpongeBob game that
Oh no, that. Oh no.
very interesting look. But Dana Meyer found
Oh no.
I can only share the plot of it, so if you want to know more about it, you can look it up. Burger King balloon stuff. In 2004, Burger King had a promotion going on with the promotion, they had a 9-foot tall SpongeBob balloon on top of many different balloons. It didn't take long for many of these balloons to disappear. Some of the balloons bounced later, but many are just gone, never to be found again. Cannon owns SpongeBob and Patrick. In the first SpongeBob movie, there was a scene where SpongeBob and Patrick after hitting the ground run past the balloons. They would say, "This is like sure is like off." Then the camera would show the balloons were actually humans doing SpongeBob and Patrick.
The end is coming. The end is coming. Okay. Alright. Close my door, please. The end is coming. The end is coming. I get why Tilted Tower Orders was the most popular place in Chapter 1. Because, it had the most loot.
This is normal. Evidence comes from things such as the salmon suit in Dr. Pie, the multiple times where someone was wearing a fake suit as the main character, like in the Gorilla episode on Spy Buddies, and many other incidents. Watch the video by Doug Woolover. SpongeBob is a mass murderer. SpongeBob will outlast human civilization. Very few shows last long. I've been stopping. Who's to say when it will truly end? When all is said and done, the world is ending. And is dead. One thing that will still be here is evidence of SpongeBob. With how much merchandise is created, something will last. And SpongeBob will outlast human civilization. Episode 5572-220. Every episode of SpongeBob has a production number. This is just a number to show the order the episodes were made. However, for some reason, the number 5572-220 skipped. What it could be is a mystery. Maybe it's the real Red Episode, or maybe it's an episode so disturbing Nickelodeon hid it that they keep it from us. Or maybe it's the answer. Steven Hillenburg tried to warn us. Everyone thinks SpongeBob is just a fun show, but it's not. It's a premonition. Steven Hillenburg was trying to keep us from walking the dark path, but it's too late. SpongeBob represents many things: the 7 deadly sins, the radioactive aftermath of World War II. It represents what will happen to us as a society if we don't get it. What is it that he's warning us of? Well, episode 5572-220 is supposed to be the final one. It was an episode with Steven Hillenburg tried to save us, but he failed. We're doomed. The only thing that will survive the destruction will be SpongeBob. The real iceberg is actually the friends we made along the way. Okay, this is obviously a joke one, but I want to thank everyone watching. This wasn't a video I expected to make, and I only made it.
This isn't a coffee, it's a trophy. Caramel chocolate cold brew, velvety chocolate cold foam, cocoa caramel crumbles. Whatever you did to deserve this must have been super impressive. Because this is, well, just look at it. The new caramel chocolate cold brew from Dunkin'.
I'm skipping the morning latte.
Get real.
I ain't getting real financial advice.
SpongeBob. You know, I never knew how to pronounce the fucking British company. I had a strong Spanish accent, and I wasn't allowed to watch any of it. Anyways, hello everybody, it's Morales. You know, ever since I started to do I've noticed that I tend to cover the ones based on cartoons. And since I've basically covered all of the Cartoon Network hits, I know I need to do the SpongeBob one now. It's like a requirement. Plus, this series is a great classic, and I wanted to do it anyways. So without further ado, my dudes, today...
Oh my god.
SpongeBob iceberg full of horror and mystery. Grab a beer, take a Mountain Dew, sit down and watch all of this. Let's go. SpongeBob and Tehran. SpongeBob and Tehran is referring to the 3 Iranian animated bootleg films of SpongeBob SquarePants. I don't know what else to say about this entry other than they look rather entertaining. And I'd love an English dub as well. Like, what's this cat doing?
Going down South Park, gonna have myself a time. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation. Going down South Park, gonna see if I come behind. Neighbor parking day or night, peaceful spouting, howdy neighbor. Going down to South Park, it's in the kingdom where. Going down the South Park and then meet some friends of mine. Friendly faces everywhere, humble folks without temptation. Going down the South Park, gonna see like what was behind. Every parking day or night, people spouting howdy neighbor. Going down the South Park, gonna see if I can unwind. Run down South Park and meet some friends of mine.
Whether we like to admit it or not, kids have always been a big part of the commentary community. From picking on the cringy videos produced by them, to relying on younger audiences to fuel the toxicity of their fan bases. And if you... Hey everyone!
Wait, Sora? Kingdom Hearts had a game on mobile? Did not know that. Oh, dang, you're missing Angry Bird's face and Angry Bird's Epic. Oh, real life Peter Griffin. Just 3,000 more gold and I'll have Max Gold, hopefully, maybe.
I'm very sick. In fact, my bones are wedging away. But the grind will not simply stop due to bone wars. Let's talk about being sick. I never get sick.
Same.
I have the immune system of a Greek.
Same.
You know what it is? It's you weenies. You guys are the ones that got me sick. I don't go outside, so who got me sick?
Same.
You. Yeah. You haven't done this to me.
I rarely ever get sick. Like, I think the last time I gotten sick was like last year, and that was because of a but before that, I couldn't even think of the last time I got sick.
I don't know what jack or dumb spirit possessed me when I was in first grade, but I was notorious for accidentally injuring my classmates. Do you sibling have her? And if so, do you?
No, I do not have siblings, sadly.
With home bake, you can mix and match your family's favorite vegetable dishes, baked all together in the same oven.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new Fortnite experiment. I'm back on my girlfriend's account, which means that it's time to see if it's possible to go from level 1 to 100 within 24 hours. Now before you start to wonder why I'm already at level 2, I logged into Fortnite a couple weeks back, and for some reason Epic decided to give me all sorts of additional styles, built-in emotes, and then also 50,000 XP, which brought me to level 2 and 60%. Like, this challenge is already difficult enough as it is, so I'm not gonna say no to free XP. Alright, I am gonna switch over to my default skin, and then I'm gonna use Support Agree to go perfect score just like that, and then there's really only one thing left to do, which is buy the battle pass. Where can I find this? Ah, there we go. A nice cool soundtrack, just like the previous time. So, I actually have quite a bit of V-Bucks, and I think that by the time that I finish out this battle pass, I should have about 3,000. Alright, starting my stopwatch and buying the battle pass. I just want the normal version. No, we're not gonna add 25 levels. I don't want to ruin this challenge before it even starts. And that is one not so shiny Mandal origin. Hopefully by the end of this video we'll upgrade his armor to the full lesser. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's my first drop this season. Let's immediately start off by eliminating a whole bunch of bots. That's gonna give me some joy. Excuse me. Whoa, that was not a bot. Was it? I'm not sure. Never seen them turn around this fast. I'm just gonna see if I can finish out this game, get a
see if I can online.
And try to finish out the supercharged XP. Did you just pickaxe me? Oh, the audacity.
The audacity.
Appearance at the Met Gala to a front cover photo in a magazine that didn't even exist. Quentin Lily Jane's entire career as a triumphant public figure turned out to
This video will cover exactly what happened to the 6 most notable rapes from Hansen vs. Predator. We're going to begin by talking about the math tutor Mike Manzi, who's had his life pretty much ruined as a result of the I'm Chris Hansen, No You're Not episode. After arriving at the Sting house, Mike bumped into Chris immediately before trying to make the excuse that he was simply making sure that the 13-year-old girl was safe inside her house. After desperately attempting to leave, Mike was arrested, taken back to the police station and interrogated for approximately 35 minutes, after which the episode ends with the explanation that because Mike's discussion was pretty clean prior to the meetup, he was only sentenced to 3 years probation, meaning that he avoided any time in prison and wasn't registered on any unsavory lists.
That's
However, this
fine,
isn't to say that Mike's life has been easy ever since the episode went live. In late 2021, a conversation was leaked with one of the show's editors, who explained that the head of security, Ron Knight, was actually Mike Manzi's uncle, and that there is a part that never aired where Manzi is insisting to Knight to let him go because he's known Manzi since birth. This is apparently why Manzi made such an effort to convince the crew to let him leave peacefully, yet his uncle told Manzi the best thing he could do is go through the garage and remain silent, which Manzi obviously didn't do. As a result of the episode, Mike now hates his uncle, which has more than likely led to the decline of Manzi's other family relationships. However, the most interesting thing revealed in the message exchange was that Manzi was an avid watcher of TCAP back in the day, which explains why he recognized Chris Hansen immediately. Mike has since been found on a felony dating site, as well as on Facebook under a different name, where a Reddit user was able to get this picture, as well as apparently have a conversation with Mike, who stated that he gets recognized very often, and that Mike actually seems like a very chilled out dude. On Chris Hansen's podcast, Chris explained that Mike is known for working in education.
As far as we know, he is not tutoring or teaching anywhere. He lives with his parents,
which would explain 2 recently surfaced photos of Mike working in a retail job, representing a pretty significant fall since tutoring for such Connecticut's wealthiest families. However, Mike still got off lightly in comparison to John Dupe, who, as a result of his appearance on the show, has now become homeless. John walked into the Sting house without saying a word, and was so creepy that simply standing next to him was enough to terrify the Queen. Yet she apparently had nothing to worry about, as he stated that he was only there to watch the football. After revealing that John was simultaneously talking to one minor, he was arrested, interrogated, and given a notice to appear in court, where he'd be trolled and heckled by the attendees as he pleaded guilty.
and the judge actually indicated what he had to do for the crowd to be quiet because they had figured out who he was and what was being accused of when he was pleading guilty to.
John Dupe was given an 8-year prison sentence beginning in August 2016.
You know what, I'm starting to like this version of the pump. Oh hey, it kinda looks like the tap.
Into his prison term, John's brother and sister were both killed in a car accident, which happened on the very same street where the Sting house was located, and in case losing both of his siblings wasn't bad enough, there are unconfirmed anecdotes that John was also disowned by his parents after the episode went live. He was released from prison on the 24th of July 2018, serving just 2 years out of his 8-year sentence, yet after being released, John was forced to register on a public offender list, which displayed his address as a Connecticut homeless shelter. After 3 years in the shelter, John was able to move into a group house, although in October 2021, only 2 months after moving out of the homeless shelter, John violated his probation in an unspecified way and was sent back to prison for another year and 2 months. Since his release in December 2022, John has been residing in a shelter for recovering addicts, although John Dupe isn't the only person on this list who's been back to prison, as Joshua Colon also recently violated his probation. Joshua was the New York plumber who locked the door behind him after entering the Sting house, stating that his biggest nightmare was ending up on a Chris Hansen episode. After Josh comes out of the bathroom, Chris is already there waiting for him.
You know who I am?
Yes. And as a result, Josh is unbelievably honest, laying out his intentions immediately. After being taken back to the station, he'd incredibly admit that this wasn't the first time that he'd met up with someone underage, which eventually helped the court to secure a 7-year prison sentence. After this thing happened, but before Josh went to prison, he was still working as a plumber and would admit to a co-worker that he was very remorseful and would happily take back his crazy Russian ex, then go back to that house with Chris Hansen. On his really bad days, he would talk about how he doesn't want to die alone, and that he knows that he'll never have a semblance of a normal life again. Josh was sent to prison a few months later in early 2016 and would serve 3 years out of his 7-year sentence. However, this wouldn't be the last time that Josh ended up behind bars. In September 2020, approximately 1 year after being released from his first prison stint, a post was made to the TCAP forum stating, Joshua Cologne was convicted yesterday after spending a few months in prison for a probation violation. 4 years jail, execution suspended after 6 months, probation 9 years. This guy will never learn. Josh's second prison term came to an end in March 2021, after which his former co-worker and friend took to Reddit to explain the reason for the sentence. He contacted me after he got out of prison for a second time, letting me know that he'd been framed. Apparently he wasn't allowed to have any pictures of any children on his phone. His sister shared a picture of his niece in a chat that he was in, and he got locked up for it, his explanation. Interestingly, if you now search Josh's name on an inmate search engine, it states that Joshua Cologne is or was recently an inmate currently at the Connecticut Department of Corrections, CTDOC, located in Weathersfield, CT, leading many to believe that Josh is now back in prison for a third time. But what happened to the wealthy accountant who Chris recognized from the train? His name was Charles Lawrence, and after walking into the Sting House, the following exchange occurred.
Now, Chris, what are you doing? But this is the first time I've caught anyone who I know.
After which Charles was arrested and taken back to the station for an interview. Throughout the interrogation, Charles made the hilarious claim that because of his poor eyesight, he read the deed to his age as an 18 instead of 13. However, the judge wasn't dumb enough to buy this excuse.
Fingers broken. You win working. The feeling of winning. Find the best mates on Sando's Silver Work Machine. A free-to-play daily casino game that offers you a chance to win up to $2 grand in casino bonus.
You never got that zombie guy.
Sentenced Lawrence to 2 years in prison, which he'd served between June 2016 and June 2018. Whilst in prison, the Association of International Certified Professional Accountants, under which Lawrence was employed, confirmed that Mr. Lawrence's AICPA membership was terminated, effective May 25th, 2017, because of a final judgment of conviction for a crime punishable by imprisonment for more than 1 year. Chris also mentioned that Charles had a second job as a commercial real estate agent, and after finding Charles's LinkedIn, it states that he's the president of a company called Lawrence Real Estate Enterprises Inc., which is still active today and lists Charles as the company's CEO. However, Chris did mention on his podcast that Charles had some issues with keeping his license.
It's not clear as to whether or not he's still involved in commercial real estate. There was an issue with his license after his conviction, after he pleaded.
If he was able to, it's unlikely that Charles would get much work these days given his reputation. In May 2021, a post was made to Reddit explaining that they saw Charles Lawrence living in an over 55s complex, which has been confirmed as true after looking up the address listed on his public offender registry. This page also shows the most recent photo of him, taken in mid-2018, exhausting all of the information that we have on Charles Lawrence. However, we've got plenty of dirt on the now infamous Stephen Buchanan, who gained notoriety for showing up to the Sting House with duct tape, a camera, and various weapons in his car. This was extra terrifying as after arriving at the house, he refused to enter and rather tried to coax the decoy into getting into his vehicle.
You want to go?
Just like come in, chat for a little bit. What do you want to
After being confronted by Chris, Buchanan tries to blame his depravity on the PTSD he got during his military
Trash.
Iraq, although despite
Chest.
Buchanan still served
Sliding.
prison, after which fans of the show began to notice
Okay, so I just need to unlock 2 more.
accurate. A user by the name of Blood1985 took to Reddit in a post reading Stephen Buchanan. This took me a good hour searching through old pics from Iraq, but I finally found it. I served with this turd. One continued in the comments by stating, when he was active duty, he was a tank mechanic. And how do I know this? He was my tanks mechanic. He would do maintenance on it in the motor pool every Monday. He never went on a single mission. He never seen a minute of combat. He may have been through some water fire, but that's it. It pissed me off so bad when I heard him blame it on PTSD. The most recent photo of Stephen Buchanan comes from July 2022, which accompanies a further update from Chris Hansen's podcast.
And as far as we can tell, he still lives in Connecticut with his parents. And he's working driving a large truck.
Also explaining that he was able to have a conversation with Stephen's father.
I called the number we had for Stephen Buchanan, and a man picked up, and it actually sounded a little bit like Stephen Buchanan. And I asked for Stephen. Right away, the man said, "Is this Chris Hansen?" I said, "Yes, it is." This is why you're calling. I said, "I'm calling for Stephen Buchanan." And the father had the tone of a man exasperated with
1, 2, 3, 4. 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4.
Significantly more difficult for Jeff Sokol, who became arguably the most notable predator in Chris Hansen history after bringing a pepperoni pizza to the Fairfield Steakhouse. The iconic episode became etched in YouTube history, as Jeff seemed so relaxed about the confrontation that he was only able to focus on his dinner. I want to know a little bit more about you first. After Jeff spent 16 minutes demolishing his pizza, he'd offer Chris a slice on the way out.
Take your pizza, you want a slice? I'm good.
And even after being taken back to the station, Jeff maintained the attitude that he hadn't done anything wrong, according to a source who was at the station with him.
It's pretty healthy to be able to get out, be able to get the lawyer, take care of me.
While Jeff seemed confident that he wouldn't receive any charges, this didn't alter his reality, as after going through 3 different lawyers, he'd be sentenced to 2.5 years in prison beginning on the 27th of May 2017. Whilst locked up, the Jeff Sokol episode became so popular that fans of the show tracked down the restaurant from which the pizza had been ordered and began to visit the restaurant asking for the exact same pizza that Jeff had gotten. The restaurant has since had hundreds of positive reviews, many of which subtly referencing the Jeff Sokol incident, and according to an email sent to us by a fan, the restaurant had to eventually ask people to stop asking for the Sokol special, although there doesn't actually seem to be any evidence for this claim. By the time Jeff was released from prison in June 2019, his appearance on the show had racked up a view count in the tens of millions, leading Jeff to try and change his name legally to Sonny Derek Porter.
Sokol actually went to court
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left.
A few years ago, I
So,
was arrested as a
I
part
need
of a
to
sting
find-
operation trying to meet a girl who was underage. The sting was part of a nationally syndicated TV show, Crime Watch Daily, Hansen vs. Predator. This episode is now available online, along with many other troll videos and nasty comments from fans of the show. In the
13
aftermath, I
things.
experienced humiliation, harassment,
That's what I need to do, find 13
things.
things, find 4 augments and 5...
Internet search. I'm requesting authorization to
Wait.
change my name. I'm working hard to be a better
No,
person.
not
overall,
15,
and making a sincere effort to treat everyone with
9
respect.
things,
I
I
hope to
think.
meet
I
new
don't
friends
know.
and acquaintances, and wish not to be judged based on one gigantic mistake I made a few years ago. I hope to be judged for the person I really am and the person I am today. More than anything, I would like a second chance at a happy and safe life. However,
Give me a second, sir.
It was then discovered that Jeff had been forced to sell his apartment, and according to this Reddit comment, which is evidence, Jeff seems like he comes from a family, so he probably just lives with his parents and stays working. The most recent photo of him comes from early 2021, which unfortunately marks the final piece of information we have on Jeff Sokol, because despite being one of the show's most notable people, he certainly kept one of the lowest profiles. This video will cover exactly what happened to the 6 most notable creeps from Hansen. Each people in his life has been fighting for 3 different jobs over the last couple of weeks as a result of people exposing his employment to TikTok. He's apparently completely out of money, and as a result has been evicted from his properties, and he now lives out in the case in a couple of unconventional locations. However, the craziest update in the EDP 441 tragedy is that only 3 weeks ago, according to one of the working by the name of Felipe, the big man himself has actually been put behind bars.
This is the Henderson Nevada.
Collect epic weapons from...
Call, and I said, yeah.
Things have gone
That's
so
easy if I
bad
find
that
legendary chests, so...
It's going to have to change. However, in the world of things have unavoidable. So, it's hard to say which punishment is undeserving. And in this video, you'll see how bad things can truly become if you let a whip to flowers. To what extent should a person's life be ruined for mistakes made in the past? At what point, if ever, should EDP life be forgiven for its own foolish decisions? Does EDP more life work completely right into cancellation about people was already completely and utter nuisance? The second he showed up to that cursed Vegas hotel. We asked this last question because prior to the 18th of April 2021, people are actually going reasonably well in the period before. If you look at his social weight graph, you'll see that he gained 520,000 subscribers. life was something refreshing for those who saw the world in a similar way. However, of course, such an approach wasn't without controversy. In 2017, of 2 weeks, while Twitter was a little harsher, placing a ban on his main EDP445 account permanently. Additionally, after hitting 1 million subscribers in early 2020, YouTube refused to send him a video called Flavor, stating that the channel didn't match their eligibility criteria.
Because according to them, my channel doesn't match the criteria, and I'm like,
What?
it has 0 community guideline strikes. It has 0 copyright strikes.
Oh, my channel might get banned because of the amount of copyright strikes I have. Oh no. So, just in case if I ever do make a 1,000 subscribers, subscribe to Amazing Boy E's backup account, please.
They might have seen that a man with such an untaught mind may have also been hiding some what they would eventually be. On the 18th of April 2021, EDP445 was caught in 4K on his way to pick up the cupcake. The topic was covered by almost everyone in the commentary community.
I'm sure by now many of you have at least heard of the EDP445 situation.
Creators who supported him in the past, such as some ordinary gamers, would upload a video titled that EDP445 needs to be arrested immediately.
Why has EDP been dropping hard? Because EDP is an individual that actually got Chris Hansen.
And after it was revealed that a similar situation had occurred as many as 8 times prior, many considered EDP unforgivable. In the 7 days following the expose, EDP445 will lose 200,000 subscribers, almost 10% of his entire count. However, how many followers he lost initially didn't actually matter, because 7 days later, his remaining 2 million subscribers would disappear entirely after YouTube decided to ban his account altogether. At the time of his banning, EDP was back to $30 million since 2010. So the 170 million process portfolio of work completed in his 20s, 10 plus years worth of labour was wiped out quite literally overnight. One of the statements was took died that EDP445 no longer deserved anything or any kind of any of his work in the past. Another method that EDP can order a first to say However, just before his Facebook was deleted, he made one final interesting announcement.
Just want to let you guys know that EDP445.com is coming soon. Been about like a week from now.
EDP445 simply got to the point of the website, as discussed by Tipster on YouTube.
Still says coming soon, still says today's date. It does look like EDP is actually serious about this whole launch of the website.
However, after apparently the website developer has mentioned in the Reddit comment, the launch seemed to fail.
Update, the website is now returning an error 500, so it looks like he's been having a little bit of trouble launching the site as before the developer.
To this day, the site remains as the launched inactive website. In spite of how much you have to give him credit for sheer determination, because he then began to upload videos on another third-party website called 3Speak TV, where his account would be met with the same fate. He was banned.
He wrote, for some reason my channel was deleted. I don't have a clue what's going on. I didn't violate any guidelines. Can you please tell me what's going on? EDP.
After this ban, it seemed as though EDP445 was slowly getting a message from each and every website. However, the internet was Rich from Tech USA was then able to get a job working somewhere like Starbucks. However, it was so long of his past.
job at Starbucks. He goes patrol through the map. Oh yeah, that guy who's retired, I wouldn't be surprised if he jobs that coffee shop too real quick.
Rich would be correct in this statement. Flies from Bakersfield, California to Henderson, Florida, expose, where it seemed as though he managed to land a job as a Lyft driver in October 2021. However, this job would be fairly short-lived, as a video posted to TikTok by user called Leonard Jimenez would expose his position as a driver would subsequently be removed by the company. The situation would promote Reddit discussion, with one post stating, which received comments such as, "Can you take me to the grocery store? I'm gonna go buy some cupcakes, and I hope he doesn't get on any delivery. MF would eat my fries and I'd have missing slices of pizza." It was revealed shortly thereafter that the EP had in fact been driving both Uber Eats and Grubhub, which would also justify him after finding out about the drama.
He was driving, then he was driving for Grubhub and Uber Eats, and all three of those companies fired him.
According to a very basic unconfirmed source, EDP also apparently applied to Chuck E. Cheese, but for obvious reasons, EDP also applied to have the ability to make money more clients.
Also, I want to announce something. If you want to see Amazing Boy Uncensored, then just go follow and subscribe to Alimanda, because I'm uncensored though. Right here, uncensored. Because Ali lets me say there, I just don't want to say here because I just want to try and grow a brand. And so does Ali. I'm not saying that Ali doesn't want to grow a brand, it's just that I'm saying I just want to be kid friendly like I was back in the past, and I like being kid friendly, and I never like swearing.
Actually, I did type in his name, Morgan Ryan, submit.
However, the problem with this, as outlined by subreddit,
Oh, that's why there's rifts in the sky.
problem with this, as outlined by the EDP,
There's 2,000 more gold, and then I'll have max gold.
we spotted everywhere no matter his name. He should plead a Cuba or something like this. Changing his name isn't a good idea since it's going to get leaked. Well, he needs to lose hundreds of pounds and get the hair transplanted. Perhaps the goal is to have his name hidden for long enough in order to get a job. As other sources say, money issues, road YouTube made a money for that. He got
The only income that he has, other than the $3,300 that he has left in his bank account, is maybe the 40 grand in weapons and the 2 cars that he owns.
However, in the 2 months since October, his car's license plate one of his cars possibly indicated cash statement. In the same live stream during which Master at Work were discussing EDP's financial situation, it also mentioned that EDP had been a apartment complex and the property owner received EDP's detractors have made his life such a living hell that if anything, an arrest
I'm capturing this point. I'm capturing it.
Has been arrested today, October 25th. It is 11:30 at night, and EDP has been arrested. Has been arrested today. I don't know what the arrested.
This claim clearly lacks credibility, given the comments reports and evidence which there seems to be. Like found some stronger evidence pertaining to the potential arrest of EDP. 5. Lesson 1. Jail. In this video, Felipe explained that while out having dinner, he'd get a call from a private number stating that it was EDP. 5 was being held at the
So the third time I picked up, hello, and it said, this is Henderson, Nevada Detention Center inmate for Brian Moreland. Would you like to receive the call? And I hung up, and then called again, and the same happened. Call. So I said yes because I was like, I was just curious. I was like, holy shit, like you got arrested, like wow,
The issue is why does Felipe ID calls on his iPhone? Say the latest that Felipe's character is suspect at best. He only gets views when he talks about EDP more live. Defend himself if anyone gets additionally, EDP did successfully change his name in October, but as mentioned previously, this would prove the story to be fake, as the guy states that it was Brian Moreland from the other end. One comment stated, looked up every inmate record in Clark County, which is where Henderson is, Kern County, which is where Bakersfield is, and Manatee County. Said that he was right or wrong in any of those prisons. In the end, it doesn't really matter whether or not, as it's safe to say that any man has made the mistake so bad that even outside of concrete prison walls, he barely has.
Hello?
Well, he recently announcing that he's basically surprised. Incredibly, let's begin by looking at October 2018, in which Boogie's main source of income is YouTube began to die. Up until this point, Boogie had established a reputation as an overweight yet friendly, nerdy gamer who people considered charming since he was totally blind to each of his flaws. When he wasn't playing his fat Francis character, Boogie was telling wholesome stories about his personal life, with one of the more notable ones being broke. In this video, Boogie explained that he had grown up in a fairly poor environment.
They had decent income. It's just they didn't like to spend it on his kids.
He was now much wiser with his income.
Now, you know what I do with my money? Every single time, every single penny goes to the bank. Because I don't ever want to live that way again.
Which felt both inspiring and relatable, especially now if you spend
I use every dime.
Hello? Joystick? Please work?
That year and a half,
Eh.
I was able to go off because I started earning my YouTube.
this desire to improve the content unsurprisingly resulted in better uploads. By early 2014, Boogie passed 1 million subscribers before uploading a new video simply titled How Much Money Does Boogie 2988 Make, which felt like yet another wholesome yet modest upload.
Hey guys, Linemaker here from Linemaker Studios, bringing you.
Lionmaker was sexually hitting on a 15-year-old girl when he was 27.
Hey, yo.
Linemaker, are you sexually attracted to children?
No.
This is my video about what happened between Linemaker and me online.
Dear friend, do you remember the time where I stood in front of others and said you were a good person?
Winemaker, aka Marcus Wood, a children's Minecraft content creator that came to light as probably one of the creepiest and most immoral YouTubers of all time. From asking 15-year-old boys for nude photos to
Huh? What the hell?
film Minecraft, Marcus has well and truly crushed his YouTube reputation over the years. But it wasn't always like this. How did Winemaker fall from grace, going from 800,000 subscribers to a deleted channel, to jail, back to YouTube, to an average 50% dislike? Jakishi was on track to become the next big Minecraft YouTuber until he was cancelled over 40 times in less than 7 days. Jakishi,
Damn.
what did he do? and how has his life been impacted as a result of these actions? Let's begin by looking at an early video posted to his Twitter, during which Takeshi would give a quick overview of who he was.
Hello, my name is Takeshi Demetrius. I'm a 22-year-old Minecraft and just chatting streamer, and I've been streaming for like 7 years. My favorite part about streaming is the fact that I get to meet awesome people and make amazing friends.
There were definitely some elements of weird in this introductory video, such as him calling himself a cat boy.
It's time for my lore. I'm a cat boy.
While showing his cat ear collection before stating this.
I can meow if you want, but for the most part...
No, thanks, I think I'm good.
Innocent, with his solid reputation being summarized by the countless positive replies. In other Twitter threads, Takeshi was described as not only one of the best people I know, but also one of the best and most hardworking CCs I know, helping Takeshi to get noticed by Dream, who...
With FanDuel Casino's Play It Again offer, you can play all of your favorite casino games. And if you're down after your first day, you'll get up to $1,000 back to play it again. Download FanDuel Casino today.
No, alleys are online.
All these kids going... On the 1st of January 2021, Fearless would upload this video to the YouTube platform under the name of Minecraft.
The baby bought the bat.
Then subsequently disappear from all social media. Were there any clues, sound bites, or private posts by Fearless hinting?
Hi, glitch.
Was Fearless burnt out, depressed, or mourning the loss of a loved one? Why
Oh.
was his final video unrelated to Fortnite? With the help
You
of
need to do
some
challenges.
viewers who have sent me a couple of recent sources relating to his whereabouts, we can get a pretty good idea of where Fearless is at. We've got a 5-minute video from less than 2 months ago posted by someone who was able to question
Why
Fearless after being
sound
paired with
sad?
a random duo. We've discovered a few cool
I'm not.
messages put in the video description by Fearless, possibly
Just.
at his location. And crazily enough, a Reddit asked
Why are you calling me the baby?
Fearless only 17 days ago, explicitly stating why he's disappeared from the platform. These will be explored throughout the video, but there's something that we need to first discuss in order to understand his disappearance, being that an incredibly inconsistent upload schedule is almost a part of his style. It's permeated his videos dating all the way back to the Call of Duty days, when he would post Black Ops 3 sniper and funny moments montages. Leading up to this point, it had taken
Because
him
it's
almost 4 years to
funny.
establish his reputation as someone who doesn't
Oh,
upload
okay.
very often. But it all began with this video, Kicked from Phase. Seeing a player who was funny or a troll was common, and seeing a player who was extremely skilled was common as well. But seeing these two elements mixed into
Give
one
me
was
this.
You just said I was in his face.
For this reason, Fearless began to build his reputation as a skilled yet relaxed Call of Duty troll who had a unique editing style for the time, being mid-2017.
Alright, now I just need to...
He's saying help me. I'm not gonna help you. Push the button.
Now I just need a vehicle. Like a truck.
There was a clear passion and conviction held by Fearless.
What the? Huh? Huh?
Finding something new for each. He was clearly quite standoffish, but there was a clear enjoyment and desire for every new montage, which ultimately Fearless was at 100,000 subscribers. But relating back to the previous point, even in the very beginning when he first blew up, there was still only 1 month breaks between uploads. The thing was, the view counts were still insane despite his awful upload schedule, which inevitably showed Fearless that his viewership wasn't really tied to how often he uploaded. After the release of Fortnite Battle Royale, Fearless would migrate his unique editing and commentary style over to the game in his first video.
Okay, and give me this.
I've been having a lot of fun on this game recently. I've been playing it a lot, just haven't made any videos on it, but a lot of people...
I just need a truck.
Maybe a few more, I don't know.
This game was kind of similar to Call of Duty from a content perspective, only there were more noobs making the extra trolling content, while duos and squads assisted with various creative ideas. You got this, go on! Finding noobs or unusual players...
Aerialist. Wait, why did I have to re-unlock that one? I already had it. What the heck?
Getting a noob is the first one on Fortnite.
Sir, madam, wherever you are, do you mind? Graf G, do you mind, please? Come here. Come here, Graf.
Months went past without a word from the creator, and naturally fans began to worry about what had happened to him. When are you gonna post a YouTube vid? Bro, when's the next vid? Hey bro, when are you gonna post? Fans began to scour his final upload with the goal of figuring out the motive behind his
What's that?
exit. The video
Oh, hey.
when the vid upload
I will now become Genji from Overwatch.
Fearless had been included amongst those creators who weren't really enjoying Chapter 2. It took him ages to release the video.
I am now Genji from Overwatch.
Chapter Fearless would randomly do a live stream high after 4 months of complete silence. Throughout this live stream, he would mention that he hadn't really been playing Fortnite,
So you haven't played right now.
which would support the game. However, this didn't seem to be the primary reason for his lack of uploads, as later in the live stream, Fearless would give somewhat of an exact explanation as to why he hadn't posted the video.
But you want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Right? I don't want to get into why I haven't been uploading stuff, but it's personal. I mean, a little bit. And more, another thing is that just like it doesn't matter. What matters is I'm gonna upload soon.
Fearless would end the stream by stating,
And I'm gonna just go hard and upload hopefully this year.
which many interpreted to be a joke considering it was only June and there was another 6 months before the end of the year. However, Fearless wasn't kidding.
Check
It'd be another
Twitter.
6 months of silence before he
Check
would take to
Twitter.
TikTok. Posting a video with the caption was supposed to be in the new vid, but nah.
Okay, I'm checking Twitter.
Bro, I have my next video done. I'm just scared AF to upload. Fans naturally
Twitter.
made a joke about how he'd been away for, with one stating, so when's your next vacation? Which prompted a reply from Fearless stating, vacation. I wish this was a vacation. If only you knew my life, bro. Once again, reinforcing that viewers from the live stream wrote a comment on how he's depressed. He sounds sad, like something's wrong, and he's going to cry. He's not the same. Please come back for real Fearless. He sounds depressed, that's why he don't upload. I think he got some stuff going on in his life, so let him take the time. The legend will be back soon. We love you, Fear. It sounds like he's going through depression. Fearless would never comment on this, but regardless, 6th of December 2020, the video teased on TikTok will come out on YouTube under the title after his prior upload. Strangely, the video had been filmed in Chapter 2 of Season 3, which ran from June to August of that year, meaning that the
I'd like to think I have good aim, but my joystick is broken. Also, I have 4 wins this season so far on the launch day of the season. Frick.
Spotting a trend with 2 videos in 2 months, fans assumed that Fearless would be back to his usual upload schedule. However, this wouldn't be the case.
Yeah, at least I got air
His recent upload approximately 8 months later. There was something.
Oh.
What the?
Huh? Listen, I'm confused because, listen, he turned around so fast and hit me like 5 times with his freaking SMG. I'm like, how? He was... Ah!
Win a match and I will buy you a new one.
Doesn't name locations in a single match?
Just kidding.
Does Lonely Labs not count as a name location? Does Lonely... It says visit... It says visit name locations in a single match. Does Lonely Labs not count as a name location? Because it looks like a name location to me. I could be wrong, but that looks like a name location to me.
The passion Fearless had at the beginning of his video making journey had fallen out of the content to some extent. It was almost like he was uploading Minecraft because everyone else was doing it. He was no longer enjoying Fortnite and he felt as though he needed to in order to maintain his upload schedule. You can always kind of isn't actually enjoying the videos they're making. There's an unexplainable forced lie behind the video you can't see, but you definitely feel it. Perhaps this was also supported by the fact that Fearless had taken a full 12 months off making videos beforehand. And at the end of the day, no one who actually enjoys making the videos is going to take 12 months off. This also relates back to the point of no longer enjoying Chapter 2. Because if he decided to make a switch to Minecraft, what does that say about his previous love for Fortnite? Cypher PK had an alternate but very
Love
interesting
is
take on the
crappy.
whole situation, being that the item
Agreed.
was somewhat to blame for his disappearance.
A lot of the content
where
Like imagine being in love like the.
revolved around some of the crazier, out of the ordinary items like the impulse nades, the shockwave nades, the flintlock pistol, the balloons, the bush which they put on.
Additionally, he also mentioned that a creator like Fearless relies on newer players as well as family using videos from
them playing with newbie players or new players or even running into like new players. You don't really run into defaults like that anymore. You don't really experience that level of like randomness in your gameplay where you can run into somebody who's never won a game.
And I mean, this makes sense. As we mentioned in the beginning, the reasoning behind Fearless's initial blow was because he was able to leverage hilarious new player scenarios in order to gain new accounts. Some players who managed to get into a squad fill with Fearless during his first hiatus would record him saying,
I think I haven't been getting good footage.
Oh, really?
Footage I'm actually happy with.
which once again makes sense, as if there's less noobs and no new items, there's simply going to be a lower probability of encountering these situations.
I'm trying to think, when was the last time I saw a genuine default? I don't think I've seen one for over a year.
Same.
I want to be able to find them.
Well, no, the last default I saw had to be glitch bear.
It's extinct. It was killed off by the tryhard gang centuries ago.
This segues perfectly into the first piece of actual rock-solid evidence regarding where Fearless went and where he's up to in his content creation journey. On the 12th of June 2021, a user by the name of STR Snowball posted a 5-minute long video titled I Met Fearless.
Blue Jolly Ranchers are the best flavor of Jolly Ranchers.
Paired with Fearless in a random duo. However, the video would end when the two were killed by some other skilled players.
You know, if I met Fearless, I would probably have screamed. I added a person who was in a Fearless video a very long time ago. I mean, I don't think that I have played Fortnite since, like, chapter 1-ish.
But with only a few weeks left in Season 7, the probability of this is becoming less and less likely. In addition to this video, a strange code has been spotted in the description of Fearless's most recent Fortnite upload. Confused by the code, users would search it on Instagram to be met with an account stating, "So you've searched it." Perhaps this was an attempt to stir up some mystery around his disappearance, but it never really gained any traction. Nobody talked about it on Reddit. If you Google the code, barely anything comes up.
Oh!
Fearless wanted, and the
Man, if you don't get out of here with your actually the pump shotgun is his best shotgun. Man, if you don't get out of here with that. Man, if you don't get out of here man, if you don't get out of here with your actually on your like third party is.
What's your biggest regret, YouTube related? I invested myself too much emotionally into YouTube, and I felt an impression to upload, even when my mental health was not up to it. I sought therapy for this. Now, there were some elements
Joystick, work!
as a genuine post by the real Fearless, such as the Reddit and the fact that they use it in the channel name in the description. However, when looking a little deeper into the user who made the post, the credibility of a graph Fearless at best. Users began to request that he provide some evidence proving that he was in fact the real Fearless, to which he would respond, "My background is a picture of my Epic Games login." This was correct, although the picture was incredibly low res and could have easily been screenshotted at some point in a Fearless video. I was being told that his banner wasn't enough to be believed. The apparent real Fearless would post an image of my Instagram login for proof, which displayed a screenshot of his Instagram account logged in from Fearless's end. Now, this again wasn't very good evidence, as far as showing something like this is so easy that I've done up an identical one just to prove that anyone could do this. People then told him to post the image without the crop, which is where the credibility of this guy really fell off a cliff. They began to argue with every one of the folks trying to convince them that he was the real Fearless, literally going into 40-word paragraph arguments in an effort to display his apparent credibility. Now, firstly, if this was the real Fearless, he wouldn't even need to argue with these people. He could have just provided some better evidence and that would have been the end of it. Plus, the only reason why you'd go to this much effort to try and prove you're right is if you're wrong. Fearless is not the kind of guy who's going to sit on Reddit all day trying to argue and convince one person that he's the real Fearless when he has 9 million subscribers on YouTube waiting for him to post a video. In addition to this, if we compare how Fearless speaks on TikTok to the way this guy speaks on the post, the grammar pattern is completely inconsistent. comments.
Arson!
Phyllis responded to comments with a very casual, relaxed lowercase, "Nah, that's Hamlin's, I miss him, bro." While the Reddit Fearless would respond with a much more formal and serious, "No, I don't want a trillion people asking me the same few questions. I wanted to talk to people who haven't seen me before," using uppercase letters which seems out of character compared to the first screenshot, as if he's trying to talk like a famous person without having experienced fame himself. Additionally, the account responded to so many questions that once again just seem out of character for Fearless, egotistically stating, "My natural sense of humour drew more viewers," also stating, "People treated me the same after I got famous, and I can't find bad comments even if I try," all of which being statements that no YouTuber would ever say about themselves because they're simply not true. The account was made literally 4 days before the AMA was posted. Whoever made this AMA is clearly just taking advantage of the fact that Fearless doesn't use any social media and knows that the real Fearless would never call the guy out on it. As much as I'd like to believe that this AMA was posted by the real Fearless, I think it's pretty safe to say that it's completely fake. So, if that is fake, then what's the truth? What happened to Fearless? The passion fell out of the process. I think that's somewhat obvious. Getting clips is no longer simple and hassle-free. He takes 4 to 6 months to edit a video after he's filmed it when it used to take 1 month. Alternatively, his obvious lack of motivation could also be attributed to depression, as outlined in other theories, or perhaps his introverted nature removes the desire to put himself back out into the online world. One thing that I didn't mention in the other disappearance videos on C-Day, Daquan and Hamlin's is that these creators clearly also feed into their own disappearances and avoid returning to content creation as they like to have their story discussed, which keeps them arguably more relevant than if they were uploading. Take Hamlin's for example. If he continued to make videos on Fortnite or another game, he'd probably have a similar fate to say Myth, who's fairly washed up these days, getting less than 50,000 views per video on a channel with subscribers. The mysteriousness surrounding Hamlin's disappearance ensures that people continue to talk about him while he puts in absolute effort. It seems like a double positive almost. Fearless is slightly different, given he would still get massive views upon returning, but it'd be naive to say that he doesn't enjoy the significance of people always discussing his uploads. Fearless's current location and disappearance motive is one only known by the man himself, but hopefully after this video we're at least a little bit closer to the truth.
Bro, where the heck is this vault, my guy? Where the heck is the vault, my guy?
Why is Jellybean so hated? That's a question you might ask yourself after stumbling upon hate video after hate. Have the 10 worst reputations in YouTube history, and coming in at number 10 is you.
Sorry, but I enjoy every moment of my life.
2 years ago, James Charles was one of the most popular names when discussing the YouTube mainstream. He was playing Minecraft with PewDiePie, hosting his own reality TV show, all while his personal YouTube channel was clearing well over 100 million views per month. However, over the last year, things have changed significantly. He's lost over 1.5 million subscribers, equivalent to losing more than 100,000 subs per month. His average viewership per video. Morg's YouTube channel is pretty much dead with an average of only 5 million views per month. And the first reason for the death of his channel is simply that his audience got older. Back in 2000, Morgs was gaining an average of 100 million views per month. It was accepted as commonplace on YouTube, Reddit, and Twitter that Morgs' audience was made up primarily of children. Now it's hardly surprising that this ended up being the case, as when Morgs first began his channel back in 2014, he was a 13-year-old child himself.
Hey guys, Morgan here, and today we have a Q&A.
So Morgs was born in the year 2000.
Content he began to produce in combination with his own young age wasn't going to appeal to anyone besides other youngsters, which was solidified to some extent in a video back in 2015 called Reacting to Hate Comments, during which he'd complained about 6-year-olds hating on his videos.
I swear every YouTuber has received one of these comments from people who look about 6, calling you a kid.
Luckily for Morgs, however, there's no shortage of kids watching YouTube, and just over a year after beginning his countless FIFA and Pokemon Go videos, he was already at 100,000 subscribers.
Congratulations for surpassing 100,000 subscribers.
Bro,
His channel led to the introduction of his mother in a video
word.
titled Extreme Q&A with my mum, and
I can't believe this is actually happening.
giving exposure to the now famous.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a video that a lot of you guys have been waiting for. This one to see if it's possible to unlock Carnage in 24 hours without buying any tiers of the Battle Pass. If I'm correct, then I should be getting 225,000 XP, including
Battlestar. So I'm not gonna start this off at level 1. Epic was like, hey, I know how much you usually struggle, so let me just go ahead and give you 5 levels to get this started. There are like a bazillion quests that I can do, and the Strength of the Shadows one is also still alive, so that is definitely nice. Oh yeah, look at all that XP that I can get. And then there's also the bonus XP weekend, so I feel like I'm gonna be off to a very good start. First things first, gotta use go perfect score in the item shop and get myself the battle pass. Which skin do I unlock immediately? I think it's this thing, right? Oh, that music is so cool. And this one is very loud, oh my gosh. No, wait, it's actually Charlotte. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and equip her immediately. Alright, there are 6 days left until the live event. I'm just gonna jump into a solo game and just try to get a victory royale to get things started. Now, let's hope that the Fortnite gods did not put me in a tryhard lobby. Today's date is Saturday,
There are 9 Mr. Beast crew members who have either been publicly fired or have disappeared without explanation, and we're going to talk about all of them, beginning with Matt Turner, who had one of the more controversial endings to his time working with Mr. Beast. Matt Turner was initially hired as the editor for Mr. Beast back in 2018, and yet only 5 months after getting hired, Matt would upload a video to his personal channel titled Why I Quit Working for Mr. Beast, in which he'd explained that he was no longer on the team. Matt would then go on to praise Mr. Beast, talking about how much he enjoyed the job.
This was a dream job for so long. Going to work with a blast each and every day. Mr. Beast paid for my rent every month when I lived in North Carolina. Me and Mr. Beast, I still consider friends. Never got in any fights. No one did anything wrong in this situation. If you're watching this, Mr. Beast, I love you, bro.
However, despite ending his message by stating that he loved Mr. Beast, approximately 1 year and 2 months later, Matt Turner would take to Twitter stating the following: I'm not going to make a video about my time editing for Mr. Beast, but I will say that it was the most mentally draining time of my life. I was yelled at, bullied, and called replaceable by Mr. Beast every day. Breakdown day after day is difficult, and after a while it became too much. After every editing mistake I made, I was made to feel like an absolute idiot. So that's a summary of almost every day on the team. That's what it was like to work for Mr. Beast, and that is why I don't work there now. While Matt might have thought that his Mr. Beast call-out would command a bunch of respect and sympathy, the opposite of this happened, and everyone instead began to stick up for Mr. Beast. I think people are jumping to conclusions with this Mr. Beast stuff. If this editor really was harassed like that, wouldn't he have spoken up sooner? He's one of the most famous YouTubers, so it would have been easy to start accusing him. I think the bullying is just over-exaggerated. So basically, Mr. Beast's editor is a kid who hasn't experienced the real working world, tantrum and starts slamming Mr. Beast with unsupported allegations the moment it gets tough. Kids these days. Bruh, this was 1 year ago, why are you coming at him now? Keemstar would point out the most obvious flaw with Matt's Twitter thread.
I just find it very strange that he's coming out saying all this negative stuff about Mr. Beast when a year ago, when he actually left, he uploaded a video saying it was the greatest time of his life!
Whilst others came forward stating that they had a great time working with Mr. Beast.
I've known Mr. Beast for over 3 years now, and I was helping him with graphics for his channel. I don't even have a lot of experience mean or disgruntled to me in any way. He was always very kind and very nice,
which was once again echoed by Keemstar.
I talked to one of his employees, and he seemed like he loved working for him, and Mr. Beast seemed like a really cool, genuine guy.
Things became even worse for Matt after Mr. Beast had a phone call with Keemstar.
And what Mr. Beast told me is basically like, when they fired him or whatever, they gave him $10,000 and they got him a job at Sword!
And shortly thereafter, Matt deleted the tweets and was even brave enough to claim that his Twitter had been hacked. Despite basically being laughed off the internet, Matt Turner continues to upload van life videos, one of which including a pretty big apology to Mr. Beast.
If anyone was offended by me saying that that wasn't the best experience, well then I can apologize.
With the whole ordeal being summarized by YouTuber Prison Mate Luke.
What did you gain from it, really? A little bit of...
Yeah, what did you gain from that matter?
Almost every single primitive building channel is underpinned by countless Now we need to put an emphasis on the fact that this isn't most primitive building channels, and certainly not all of them. After sifting through forum post upon forum post about the ways in which these primitive builders lie in order to generate sometimes up to 500 per video, users continue to mention one name over crediting him as legitimate amongst the sea of phony primitive technology. The 10.4 million subscriber channel, which is run by an Australian named John Plant,
It's basically invented the primitive construction genre, all the way down to the sound design of silence mixed with rainforest noises, with primitive technology even stating in a Reddit AMA that originally it was out of laziness in not putting narration in the videos, but then the silent format became popular, so I kept it that way. When going back to the beginning of these silent, relaxing videos, it becomes pretty obvious as to why they credit it as seeming pretty legit in terms of authenticity. Primitive technology cuts no corners in showing how each stage of the construction is completed legitimately. For example, when examining his very first video, he shows the axe head being sharpened, a log then being cut by the axe, then the logs being crafted together in a way that feels realistic. All of this is accompanied by specific captions explaining what's going on in that very moment, alongside a full description of the build, all the way down to how long the construction process took. His builds never include swimming pools or anything over the top, yet feel impressive as they seem to be on the cutting edge of what is an
Discord.
The legitimacy of some of his more impressive builds, such as this brick hut, can be supported by YouTube comments such as this one, which stated, "I actually know John personally. He was a really good friend. We live in the same town, although I haven't seen him since he went viral. I have fond memories of him telling us that he was building huts out bush and had no idea they were so legit, before going on to credit him as a pretty authentic guy from a personal relationship standpoint." All of this is incredibly important to understand, as primitive technology's videos set a baseline for what should and shouldn't be achievable in a natural setting. Additionally, primitive technology has been kind enough to provide us with a statement which will be referred to as we look at the channels on the other end of the spectrum, also known as the fakers. The fundamental problem with the genre is that with so much time between camera cuts, there's plenty of time to set things up illegitimately. And with Primitive Technology's very first video receiving over 44,000 Reddit upvotes and 30 million views, it's no surprise that copycats with less integrity began to pop up left, right and center. If you're wanting to prove that time travel is possible, then look no further than TikTok. The app features thousands of morons who claim to be from the future, and of these we will show you the absolute stupidest. Now, it's hard to tell exactly where the genre or trend began, but some of these so-called time travelers actually have pretty impressive global accounts. One of the smaller ones with a touch over 80,000 goes by the name of Ulrich, or Radiant Time Traveler, and they claim to be from the year 2671, whilst warning that mankind is on the brink of destruction. Now, the instant problem with this description is that if mankind is going to end in the next couple of years, then how did you even make it to 2671 without being wiped out beforehand? Under the assumption that this time-traveling TikToker happened to be one of the lucky survivors, and is therefore still legitimate, the countless different warning videos in which some of the following predictions have been made. A large meteor is soon to hit Earth containing new types of metals and alien species. A group of 4 teenagers will soon discover ancient ruins, and a wormhole to other galaxies, and that a team of scientists exploring the Mariana Trench will find a new ancient species. However, Ulrich's most profound and life-changing prediction is that there will be Fortnite events in the next couple of years. Judging from the comments, there's an insane amount of kids as well as idiots on Reddit who do believe that this is actually a real time traveler, but for the most part the account is pretty heavily clowned on. Do we ever find out who Joe Mama is? Can you predict when my dad will come back? That's enough Marvel for you. Instead of simply going back and winning the lottery, Radiant Time Travel has opted to gain status by promising his fans a highly requested face reveal of 1 million followers. However, this achievement has already been completed by that one time traveler who's gained 1.4 million followers and 14.6 million likes, having gone out of their way to state, "Yes, I'm a real time traveler." And while having to specify that you're a real time traveler pretty much confirms that you're not a real time traveler, the account actually has a pretty decent story behind it. Their first video was posted back in August 2020, and it read, "I got TikTok to prove I'm a real time traveler. If this blows up, I'll start revealing what happens in every single year." Now, the video was instantly called out in the comments, one of which stating, "If you were really a time traveler, you would already know that the video would blow up. You wouldn't say if this video blows up." However, because the video was posted to TikTok, of course it blew up, and that one time traveler continued to post. The next video read, "A lot of people don't believe I am a time traveler, so I'm gonna prove I am. Remember the day 24th of September 2020. Something big happens on this day. Look this up and I'll expose what happens on this day. I promise you Now, what ended up happening on the date he highlighted, 24th of September 2020, is something that we'll discuss a little bit later. However, this claim was somewhat insignificant as the TikToker's new videos began to get outrageous. There was a video explaining that his company had created a time machine in the year 2485, although the video was not from the future, but rather from the movie Pacific Rim. A different claim was that giant on July 6,
Bro.
788 from a gigantic meteoroid, although once again this claim was short-sighted as noticed by this comment. 2,485, right? How come you know what happens in 2,788? Obviously these claims were complete bogus, however to put a spin on things, there were other predictions that had been made correctly. In 2021, an asteroid that is half the size of the moon passes by Earth, which was...
Oh my god.
The 2021 will be the best year of many, starting with COVID-19, which ended up being correct. On the other hand, there were multiple flaws with this prediction. If he knew when the vaccine was coming out and he had access to a time machine, why didn't he just go to the point where the vaccine had been made and bring it back to the beginning of the virus? If you're from 2,485, why would you even care about COVID? Why wouldn't you go back to the 1300s and cure the Black Death Plague, which killed up to 50% of Europe's population at the time? This just highlights another problem with that one time traveler's claims. If you stated in your own words that 2020 has been a bad year, and you could go back to any point in human history, why the hell would you skip the turn of the century, London in the 1800s, Woodstock 1969, and instead come to the most depressed point in human history to upload TikTok videos to a website that might ban you if you post anything controversial? Let me get this straight. You come from the future and the first thing you do is make a TikTok. You are a time traveler. Keep it as a secret? No. Open a TikTok account? Yes. If you were a time traveler, you wouldn't need TikTok to blow. Purely from a money and fame standpoint, you'd know exactly what you need to do already. This is a very good point, but it's not like these commenters are the only ones who have noticed how stupid these time traveling pages are. Another TikToker going by the name of Jim Official has dedicated a large portion of his account to dunking on these including TikTok time travelers by making his own hilarious fake time travel videos.
What I'm about to show you is going to blow your freaking mind. This is absolute proof that I am a time traveler. I have with me an item from Taco Bell that does not exist anywhere else but in 2027. McDonald's sold its quarter pounder to Taco Bell in 2027, guys.
His video started by stating that he had 100% proof that he was a time traveler because he owned an old video game console.
I'm going to show you my proof right now. I'm going to show you a device that's from a different time period altogether. I have a Super Nintendo from 95. I'm a time traveler from the past. Dead serious. Look at this.
Yet after this first video went viral, this percentage of proof slowly increased, appearing as 110% in the next video.
My last video went kind of viral about me claiming I'm a time traveler, and I had the proof 100% that I was a time traveler. Apparently that's just not enough. This right here is a video camcorder used back in 1999 by families that lived in that time period. How can I possibly get this, guys? Come on.
And once the videos had reached 100% proof, Jim Official was even able to get items from the future.
You want something from the future? I got something from the future. I have here a Big Mac from 2032. Now, if you notice, it's got mixed greens instead of lettuce. People were more self-conscious in 2032.
What was hilarious about the videos was that by the time Jim Official got to 800% proof that he was a time traveler, his parody videos were actually becoming somewhat convincing.
Guys, I am here in 1865 in a town called Phoenix, Arizona, before it became a big, thriving city. How could you deny this proof? I am literally here in Western times, 1865. Guys, come on now, how much more proof?
With the other respectable thing being that Jim Official actually adds his personality into the content, as opposed to these other accounts who simply use text-to-speech with stock footage or short clips from futuristic movies. However, there is one serious time-traveling TikToker who's brave enough to show her face. And that's the bizarre case of Tequila Mockingbird.
Tequila Mockingbird, and I am a time traveler.
I remember Tequila from Anthony Padine's video, I Spent a Day with Time Travelers. While she is the head of the Time Travelers Association, there isn't much to indicate that she has any credibility.
Have you ever time traveled?
Yes, I have time traveled.
How do you time travel?
I use inner space, but I'm looking to use outer space to penetrate inner space.
Being a time traveler, has there been anything you saw coming before it actually happened?
Yes, my mother. I picked her out. I saw her from a cloud, and I wanted to get my mother.
In fact, her TikTok such as this one titled Traveling Through Time 18th Century with Tequila literally just shows her face placed over the top of various old paintings with a Reface app watermark in the top left-hand corner. But with the amount of views that some of these videos videos get, it's no wonder people set themselves up as fake time travelers. For example, the very first video on this TikTok account gained 1.7 million views by making the most basic 7-second video, which simply stated, "I am a time traveler from the year 2069, before making some other totally bogus claims. A different TikToker gained a whopping 25 million views by taking the image of a time traveler from Google, stating that he was from the year 2099, then revealing that alien creatures known as the Xenu will visit Earth in 2029, which will then result in World War III between us and the aliens. Yes, 25 million views for that. This video, which simply warns of a leaked document from a time traveler, has gained over 9 million views, whilst this other video gained 21 million views by making 3 predictions about what was going to happen in early 2022. But the unique thing about the time traveler who had posted this video was that, after providing hundreds of warnings about our future, they seemed to get the rest of the doomsaying, and instead resorted to posting videos of them riding their motorbike. Any comment which brings up their time traveling past is responded to with confusion, as if the TikToker has no idea what they're talking about. And while this is evidence that the account with over 1 million followers was lying the whole time, there is one final method to absolutely prove whether or not these accounts are telling the truth or not. Some of these TikTokers have been on the platform to have made predictions about dates that have already passed, so we can simply go back and look to see if anything did really happen on these dates. For example, when we were looking at that one time traveler, they claimed in one of their first TikToks that we needed to remember the date September 24th, 2020, as something big happens on this day, yet as you might guess, nothing of significance happened, unless you're counting the vegan teacher's birthday. The page also made a prediction that on the 5th of May 2022, a super tsunami would hit the west coast of the USA. However, the TikTok account's greatest inaccurate prediction was that on the 25th of May 2022, Nyrons, or what you all call aliens, will start making their appearance on Earth, and as a result will build the first ever large cannon war machine, resulting in the start of a new type of warfare. You could probably argue that this prediction is in close competition with a statement that would land us on the 2nd of February 2022. However, both of these predictions work in unison to prove that these TikTok time travelers are completely and utterly bogus. From people being angry at Chris for dressing up as a helicopter, to the vegan teacher claiming that Mr. Beast was promoting violence by not having pineapple on his largest slice of pizza, these are the absolute dumbest attempts to cancel Mr. Beast, and it all begins with an image of a helicopter from back in 2014. Remember when people were going around making the joke that they identify as an Apache attack helicopter? It was a meme that began back in 2014 when a user on Reddit posted a deliberately ridiculous paragraph reading, "I sexually identify as an attack helicopter. People say to me that a person being a helicopter is impossible, but I don't care. I'm I'm having a plastic surgeon install rotor blades, 30mm cannons, and an AMG-114 Hellfire missiles. You can't accept me, you're a heliphobe and need to check your vehicle privilege. Thank you for being so understanding." Well, Mr. Beast and Chris incorporated this copy-pasta word for word in a 2016 video.
People say to me that the person being a helicopter is impossible. I'm having a plastic surgeon install rotor blades.
It's time to live my dream! Hey, Granny, you want some attack helicopter?
I was actually born in pink, but sadly it wasn't one of our 52 genders.
And if we take the joke and rank it on a scale from 1 to 10, with 1 being least offensive and 10 being most offensive, it probably wouldn't even hit 1 on the scale, because the only thing at the front of the joke is a flying metal vehicle. Yet, because they were making a joke about identifying as something other than their normal selves, some of Twitter's finest would call the video out over 4 years after it was originally posted. Mr. Beast exposed for what some fans have called a transphobic video. In a now deleted 2016 video, Mr. Beast says, "I was born a tank, but sadly it wasn't one of our 52 genders." The claim that this was distasteful was clearly ridiculous, and the comments supported such. Where's the transphobia in their imaginations? I didn't know about the discrimination attack helicopters face till now. Chill, the video was obviously a meme. Don't try to cancel one of the best people on the planet because they made a video about being an attack helicopter. Literally so many people will be cancelled for nothing. What was even funnier was that the people who were supposed to be offended by the video weren't even offended by it. As a trans person, I found this so funny at the time, and I still do. It's obviously so sad people getting mad over stuff like this. It's obviously a joke. LMAO, my transgender sibling was laughing so hard at this. After reading the comments, I was glad to discover that I'm not the only trans person who thought his joke was funny. Comments didn't stop the original person who was trying to cancel Mr. Beast, who would continue with this excellent piece of investigative journalism by DMing Mr. Beast and Chris before stating, "Hi Mr. Beast, hope you're doing well. I was recently sent a video where you and your friend Chris Tyson make some seemingly transphobic remarks. Chris says he identifies as a helicopter. You make some remarks about gender. It's a video from 2016. Any comment? The whole thing was best summarized by the commentary channel Memefied.
Genuine question. How are you this sensitive to humor? Even just a joke about attack helicopters offends this badly.
And while this cancellation attempt was extremely petty, it was nothing compared to another which would happen at a later date. This new one being so dumb that even PewDiePie jumped in to defend Mr. Beast. It began in November 2021 after the incredibly popular Squid Game video was posted, and Mr. Beast revealed that the entire production had cost upwards of $3.5 million, which included a prize of $456,000 for the winner of the video. Now this meant that the format wasn't much different to any of his other challenge-style videos. He puts up a bunch of money in the beginning, various people compete for it, and whoever wins is rewarded with a really hefty payday. However, for some reason, in the case of Squid Game, the success of the video seemed to trigger the response that the money should have instead been donated to charity. I'm sure that money couldn't possibly have benefited anyone else. Imagine using this money to actually help those who need it. You could have just donated $1.5 million. Now this argument makes a lot of sense as an extremely basic surface level idea. However, when you factor in a little thing known as reality, it crumbles pretty damn quickly. Firstly, it's infuriating because it can be applied to any amount of money. Oh, you got ice cream on the weekend and got 2 scoops? Why didn't you get 1 scoop and donate the rest to charity?
Oh, you spent $8 on V-Bucks? Why didn't you spend $8 on charity? Like, bro. The argument makes sense, but it makes 1% sense. 99% doesn't, because, like, bruh.
In Mr. Beast's case, just because it's a larger sum of money, shows immaturity and that the people making these claims haven't thought through the problem in its entirety. The claim also displays an embarrassing level of ignorance about Mr. Beast's long-term vision, as it fails to take into account that the money invested in the Squid Game video will go on to earn more money, which over the long run will more than likely end up in the hands of less fortunate. In the month the Squid Game video was posted, Mr. Beast gained close to 10 million subscribers, and with Mr. Beast's main message being one of helping others, how can we be so sure that those inspired by his message wouldn't donate more than $3.5 million to charity themselves over the long run? So sure, he could take the whole $3.5 million and dump it all to charity, but at the end of the day, it's simply a poor short-term strategy. The other problem with these people putting the pressure on Mr. Beast to give money to charity is that they probably don't even donate money themselves. Getting to the point where you're comfortable giving money away requires an unbelievable amount of personal development. That's why it's a respectable thing to do. And the people who have reached this point of being charitable are not the same people who spend their life on Twitter calling out Mr. Beast for being a bad person. Thankfully, it's working to echo this sentiment. He gives a lot of money away, and through this method, he can generate future revenue to help people. I think he's done a hell of a lot more people than you have. Grow up. Look at his channel and tell me help people grow up. Let this man spend his money however he pleases. The cancellation attempt was so pathetic that even PewDiePie uploaded a stream highlight in defense of Mr. Beast.
People were like, oh, you spent all this money, like, doing this, when you could have just, like, fed the hungry or some shit like that. He spent $2 million
PewDiePie, whoa,
and people are like, well, he's not doing enough. This is the problem with Twitter, like, people shouldn't have opinions.
Yet neither PewDiePie or Mr. Beast was safe from the next person who attempt the most brain-dead cancellation attempt of the
That vegan teacher? Yeah.
It began on the 2nd of August 2021 when, out of the blue, that vegan teacher would upload a new video titled Mr. Beast No Amount to Give to Charity Under.
Wait, are you telling me that the final zone is in Lonely Labs? Oh my god, if it is.
She picks up beloved influencers such as Gordon Ramsay, PewDiePie, or Darman, then goes out of her way to frame them as anti-vegan in any way possible. This in turn gives the commentary community a reason to talk about her, providing her with growth through controversy, in a similar way to Jellybean or Wings of Redemption. And with this in mind, it's hardly surprising that the vegan teacher would eventually come for Mr. Beast. She begin by reviewing his I ate a $70,000 video by stating that there are millions of children starving around the globe, and that instead of buying an expensive pizza, the $70,000 would have been better spent solving world hunger.
But before we watch him eat a $70,000 pizza, let's look into the eyes of this child. There are millions of children around the world who are starving to death. $70,000 could buy a lot of food.
Only this started
No, it's not.
as it failed to include the fact that 5 months prior, Mr. Beast had begun doing philanthropy, with the first
exactly what the vegan teacher was complaining about, feeding people without access to food. Do more research. He has donated millions to the hungry and the homeless. He's also one of the biggest philanthropists on here. Vegan teacher, those 70,000 could have gone towards feeding starving children. Also, he bought everything in a store and donated it to charity or whatever, but that doesn't matter. He literally has a food bank to give food to families that can't afford it. Meanwhile, the vegan teacher was doing absolutely nothing to help solve world hunger herself. When you search up that vegan teacher charity, unsurprisingly, comes up with her intent of feeding the hungry being her complaining about others not feeding the hungry. Upon visiting her Patreon, it states, each donation, big or small, helps to sustain me so I can devote more time and resources to helping save the animals by educating others about not eating, wearing, or using them, which roughly translates to something like, the money will go directly into my bank account, and I'll continue to make videos framing decent people as evil anti-vegans, which is what she would do to Mr. Beast as her first video continued to roll. The vegan teacher's next criticism was that Mr. Beast didn't specify whether or not each item of food was vegan.
$5,000 taco.
Are they vegan tacos made with beans and vegan cheese?
This is $1 pizza.
Is that vegan cheese?
This is a $2 hot dog.
Is that a vegan hot dog?
Yet when you think about it for a couple of minutes, this would actually be an incredibly dumb thing for Mr. Beast to do, as it would set an impossibly high standard for future videos. For example, if Mr.
No,
Beast
she's got the Nikes.
once by stating that he was eating vegan food, he'd run the risk of backlash in future videos, as the audience could now use leverage against him by stating, oh, you were eating vegan food before, why didn't you continue doing so, ironically making the consumption of meat less controversial. Additionally, while vegans have a reputation for being quite vocal, according to the data, only 2% of the US population is vegetarian, and out of that, only 0.5% of the population is vegan, and therefore making content to appeal to vegans would be a poor strategy, when Mr. Beast has stated on numerous occasions that his goal is to simply reach the widest audience possible. The vegan teacher would then go on to state that Mr. Beast's video of him eating different foods worth different amounts of money was promoting violence and destroying the environment.
Mr. Beast, unfortunately, I have given you so many X's here for promoting the violence, for not talking about the environment.
Before going on to state that he needed to become a vegan animal rights activist in order to undo the non-existent damage.
You need to go back and undo the damage that you've done. The first thing that you can do, Mr. Beast, number 1, is become vegan. Number 2, become an animal rights activist for the rest of your life. Tell people that the videos that you've done in the past, including this one, that you're ashamed of, and that you wish you had never done them.
Which was concluded by the vegan teacher demanding Mr. Beast apologize in her comment section.
134 battle stars, and he's on,
Make sure
you know,
that he
new
subscribes
solo.
and that he joins me in the comment section to tell me that he's going to change.
Unsurprisingly, the vegan teacher never got the apology. However, one thing she did receive on the video was an impressive dislike ratio of 96.4%, alongside comments such as, he literally spent most of his
I need 134 battle stars, okay. Wait, hold up, is this dude part of the Peace Syndicate?
Beast is a legend, he doesn't deserve this. However, with the vegan teacher's video receiving more views than any of her other uploads, only 6 days later she posted another video attempting to cancel Mr. Beast, this time titled, "At Mr. Beast, Stop Paying for Animal Abuse," in which she'd go on to call Mr. Beast out for not specifying whether or not the base of the ice cream they were eating was vegan.
But what is the base made out of? Is the base made out of something vegan? I don't know what you're eating.
I want to watch every single anime that's been in Fortnite, so I need to watch Attack on Titan, My Hero, Dragon Ball. I think there's a fourth one, but if there is, then I forgot. My Hero, Naruto, Dragon Ball, and Attack on Titan. I need to watch all of them.
What on earth? What is this pizza? There's not one single vegetable on there. Where are the mushrooms? Where's the spinach? Where's the broccoli? What else have you got on there? You have no green peppers? No hot.
A 400% increase in anti-Semitic incidents.
Don't care.
My fellow Americans, today I bring you an important announcement regarding Project Vaporeon. Research shows that Vaporeon is the most compatible Pokemon for humans. Not only are they in the Field Day group, which is mostly comprised of mammals, Vaporeon are an average of 3 feet tall and 0.9 pounds. This means they're large enough to be able to handle human... Wait, who the fuck wrote this speech for me?